Men who fail to fix this problem will constantly find that they have trouble fully satisfying their woman. That problem is the orgasm gap. If you're unfamiliar with the term the orgasm gap, let me explain it to you real quick. Men on average these days are reported to reach climax and or ejaculate and finish sexual activity within 5 to 7 minutes. On the other hand, it takes women 20 to 40 minutes just to warm up to be able to have an orgasm, just to warm up to be able to climax. This is a huge gap. This is a gigantic gap. And most men are very satisfied with ejaculating within 5 to 7 minutes. Literally pump and dump. The issue here is we've been conditioned as men to release as fast as possible while we're having sex. I don't know if it's through programming of porn videos and chronic masturbation and quick fixes, but we need to learn to control this orgasm gap. We need to learn to control our own bodily fluids so we can bring our partner to pleasure as well. It has been reported that 10 to 15% of women in their lifetime never have an orgasm. And at the same time, 50% of women who are in relationships fail to achieve orgasm with their partners. So, what's the problem here? I think most men who are married, most men who are in relationships, have a girlfriend, casually dating, have become accustomed to certain patterns of lovemaking that don't serve them anymore. Things you learn from videos, things you learn from movies, this quick, heated, passionate, fast, boom, boom, lick it and stick it kind of action, it doesn't really work for women in real life. It may at the start when things are hot and heavy and she's very into you and very into the situation, but as you progress deeper in your relationship, your woman and your partner will need more from you than you initially required. When that heat dies down, when that honeymoon phase wears off, your woman's going to require depths of you and lengths of you to cross that you weren't necessarily meeting in the start. You need to understand that women have more erogenous zones than men. In most men's bodies, you know where you want to be touched. You know where is the most sensitive. It's very obvious. She's very sensitive down there too, but it's not always the first place to go. Sometimes she's too sensitive down there and she needs you to warm up the rest of her body before you even progress down there. She needs to know what you're going to do around here. She needs to know how you kiss. She needs to know how you play with her hair. She needs to know how you breathe. She needs to feel you out before you just reach for her clitoris. A lot of men approach women the way we want to be approached. We would be more than happy if a woman just stuck her hand down there and grabbed us and played with us. That's all we really need to get stimulated. But a woman needs more than that. She needs to feel the depths of you. So when I say a woman's body has more erogenous zones than men, you need to learn your particular woman's erogenous zones, all right? Every woman needs to be treated different. Of course, from woman to woman, there's going to be similar patterns, much like man to man. But I think women's bodies are way more specific than the male body. One woman might like you kissing around her ear, her neck. The other woman might be way too sensitive for that. She might not need that. She might need a back rub. She might need a foot rub first. She might need certain things from you that you haven't experienced with past partners. So, what I suggest with every single woman is you communicate. Take your time. Take your time working her body head to toe. Take your time feeling out the energy and how she's responding to everything you do. Does she like when you kiss around her ear? Does she like when you kiss around her neck? Does she like when you touch around her collarbone? Does she like getting her hair played with? Watch how your woman reacts. And when you see these things stimulating her, always keep these places in mind and use them as sweet spots, even during sexual intercourse, all right? If we want to destroy the orgasm gap and bring it closer together, because of the fact you know that you're most likely going to last 5 to 7 minutes, which is pretty pathetic in most cases, you need to learn to practice ejaculation control. That is your main weapon in combating the orgasm gap. Learn to practice ejaculation control. I have another video on that, and I'm going to have plenty more coming because I think it's a problem that men really need to solve out here, all right? Because you know your woman's going to take 20 to 40 minutes just to become fully aroused, take time to explore her body. 5 minutes, each body part that she likes, each body part that she enjoys, whether it's a foot massage, back massage, hand massage, head massage. kissing her around the neck, around the ears, take 5 minutes. Take 5 sweet minutes maneuvering around her and making sure she's fully warmed up, ensuring that once you get to her clit, everything's been turned on, everything's been sensitized, everything's been activated to her liking. If you just get in the habit of still going down on her, giving her a couple licks and sliding in, she won't be satisfied. And why won't she be satisfied? Well, another thing that a lot of men aren't aware of with women, women have just as much erectile tissue as men do. Her vagina and her vulva don't become erect, they become engorged. And you can even see the difference over time. If you give a woman a massage down there in her yoni area, in her vulva area, after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you can see the difference in engorgement. You could see her lips puff up. You could see her clit puff up. You could see her labia puff up. You can see everything inflate. All right. So you need to learn to take the time in that area to make sure everything is well engorged. This is what makes it feel really, really, really good for a woman. For those of you who haven't seen a proper vulva structure before, I'm placing that right here for you. This whole thing right here, every single part of this you have to stimulate. Every single part of this you have to engorge. It is your responsibility as a man and a partner to fully engorge her. To only play with her clit and then insert yourself inside of her is like having the tip of your penis stimulated and that's it. No stimulation on the shaft, no stimulation on the balls. It's kind of boring and it gets too sensitive and it's not as pleasing as the full experience. So what you need to do is learn to stimulate this whole structure right here until she becomes fully engorged. Stimulate it all equally. You'll learn that there's different parts of her vulva that are almost just as sensitive as her clit that you've been ignoring for all these years, all right? So it's very important to learn the structure of the vulva, learn the structure of the vagina, learn what she likes, her little nuances, because every woman's going to be different. Her sweet spots are all going to be different based on how she's sensitized. You need to learn these things as a lover and you need to take your time. Same thing here, 5 minutes each part. Give her time to get warmed up to the arousal. Stop getting into this lick it and stick it paradigm. It's very tiring on them. It's very old on them because they know what's coming. When you do the same routine you've been doing over and over and over again as a man, as a partner, they know what's coming. Oh, he's going to go down on me. Oh, he's going to lick me. He's going to slide in. He's going to last 5 minutes. It's underwhelming. You need to learn to surprise your woman. Sometimes even learn to lay your woman down and just massage all these parts of her vulva. Literally just massage every single area of the vulva. Get it sensitized. Get some blood flow in there and don't even aim to have sex sometimes. Literally just let her lay down and give her a massage. Fill her up with love. Fill her up with energy. That's how you bring her closer to orgasm easier, and that's how you bring her body more pleasure. You help her relax into the sensations, all right? But I'm telling you guys, on top of that, men, you really, really need to learn to prolong ejaculation. You should not be ejaculating within 20 minutes. You should not be ejaculating within 30 minutes. You should learn to push yourself beyond these limits. Sometimes it takes self-practice. Sometimes it takes Kegels, whatever you want to call them. Sometimes it takes changing your diet. Sometimes it takes sleeping better, doing better workouts, making sure you train legs. There are so many methods to extending your own climax and extending your own orgasm, and your woman will thank you for it. This 5 to 10 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes that we're reported to do is not acceptable. It's not acceptable in today's day and age. If you want your woman to talk about your sex, if you want your woman to brag about your sex and feel good with every interaction, you need to learn to last longer. I've had plenty of moments where I've been with women and I've been a short trigger, but I've learned to last longer over the years. It takes mental focus, it takes deep breathing, it takes training the right way, and it takes not always just focusing on your most sensitive area. Sometimes you need to pull back, you need to feel out the rest of your body, you need to put sensations in other places in your body. Sometimes too much pressure, too much pleasure in one localized area is too much for our bodies to handle. So if this is something you guys feel you have a problem with, please feel free to leave any suggestions on what you want me to talk about in the comments. I've been dealing and working with sexual energy for over 10 years, and I don't think it's ever going to stop. It's a big interest of mine. I've been in a relationship for 15 years, and it took a lot of learning and a lot of time to coach myself into prolonging my orgasm, prolonging the sexual experience. So I have plenty of experience on this topic, and I would love to talk about it with you guys more. All right. Peace, love, knowledge, and protection. You and yours. Close that orgasm gap. All right. This is the Cal Bay, and I'm out.